Hi guys, how are you? Today I have this beautiful case. It consists of 2 veneers and then the rest are the crowns, and there is 4 implants, all kind of materials. Those teeth are made out of zirconia, and 7 to 10 are made out of emax. So one of my subscribers asked me to make a case where is minimum space, so that's why I'm making this video. As you can see, everything is very thin, and doctor sent us the study model. They don't want it bulky or anything. The teeth should be pretty flat. He asked for shade BL3. That's the difference between the two. When you don't have much space, it's best to glaze the crowns, especially if they're so light and you need some depth in the final shade. Also, doctor sent us this picture. You see, her natural teeth have a lot of depth in them, and translucency, and they have, the roots are warmer color, like pinkish orange. And here is, I think, is a PMMA, temporary. So to achieve any kind of depth with my color, I would need to glaze it. I'm gonna use Mio. You can use Midnight. I like it. It's, you know, their shades are pretty, how to say, like watered down. They're not very chromatic, but the ones for the tissue are pretty chromatic, so I like that. As for the center of the crown, I'm gonna use Empress A shade. Alright, and for the neck I'm gonna use a little bit of pink. And the pink is Mio Marlowe, this shade. So pink is not like necessary really, but I see this pinkish hue on her lowers, so I'm gonna put a tiny bit on her upper. So like this, and make sure that your final crown is still lighter than what you're looking for in the end. Alright, I'll see you after glaze. Okay guys, so now they came out of the oven. Let's build it. I am using a mix of those two, BLD1 and B1. I have thing like this. That's what you can do for yourself. Just bake pieces of porcelain and glue them to something that's, you know, clear, and you can see easily what shade exactly. So this is BLD1. It's still lighter than what I need, so I'm mixing some B1 in there. I'm gonna use CLF for translucency and a little bit of opal blue. I think that it will look good on that, and let's do it. So first I'm gonna apply dentine, very thin layer. When you're building something with no space, almost no space, building is not the hardest part. It's grinding, because you don't want to grind through the porcelain and hit the core, because that would be the end of your work. You will never ever be able to glaze it normally, because that spot where you hit the core is gonna show through your buildup. So try to build as close to the result you want to get in the end as possible. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply first clear porcelain. And then some of the opal blue porcelain. And I'll put a tiny bit of body in between. That is just a denting. I do this for contrast. Okay, and in the end I will apply enamel 57. Okay, so this is the end of build-up, and I was building it in my hands, but now I have to put it on and check how it is on the model. Very important. Very important step, because I couldn't hold it on the model because it's way too heavy for me. But if you ever build it in your hands, you have to always try it on the model and see if it's still matching the all the directions, that the length is appropriate, and that they're going, you know, the right way, and the midline and stuff. Okay guys, I'll see you after bake. I'm back, and this is my work after I grind it a little bit. I mean, like I said, it's not good to grind your crowns if there is so little space. So I just scratch the surface, you know. It's very important to build your work if you don't have space. Don't rely on grinding later. That's not a good idea, because you will get into the core. So you see, I did some texture, not too much. It's like barely there. As for the shade, that's what lateral looks like. Has a little bit more color. But let me glaze and I'll show you what comes out after that. Okay? I'll see you soon. Well, okay, this is the finished case. It came out of glaze. That's what it looks like from the side. Yeah, it's a big case. It's a little bit hard to show it on the camera, but that is what it looks like. That's what happens if I open the bite. Okay. This is what a lateral looks like next to BL3. I think it's pretty close. It's good for such a little bit of space, and my neck is a little darker. It's a little pinkish, just like the lower teeth that I think I showed you. Because you see, this has this pinkish necks, so I did a little bit of that on my crowns, so all of them have it. And if you want to see how I did the texture, then you can look at my previous video. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.